o'clock. This meeting is called to order. Charlie, will you please lead us in the pledge of allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, now our first order of business is to approve the minutes of the October 12, 2010 meeting.
This is the regular meeting.
The regular meeting.
I move that we approve the minutes of the October 12, 2010 meeting.
Second?
It has been moved and seconded that those minutes be approved. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Those minutes are approved. Second, we need to review and approve the minutes of the October 12, 2010 work session.
I move we approve the minutes of the 2012, October 2012 work session.
Second?
It has been moved by Charlie, seconded by Bush, that we approve the minutes of the October 12, 2010 work session. All those in favor? Opposed? Those minutes are approved. Announcements. The Select Board will meet on the following dates. Regular meetings at 6 p.m. on Monday, November 8th, 2010, and November 22nd, 2010. Work review sessions prior to the regular meeting will start at 5 p.m. Work session meetings will also be held on an as-needed basis as determined by Select Board members. All of the above meetings will be held in the Town Hall unless otherwise posted. General elections will take place in the Plymouth Elementary School gym on Tuesday, November 2, 2010, from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Town offices will be closed on Thursday, November 11, 2010, in observance of Veterans Day. Weather observations for the month of September are available in the Town Hall. All subcommittees are asked to provide the Select Board with printed signed copies of all minutes from your meetings. Nothing under agenda review, personnel, updates. Have we any visitors? Appointments. We have a slate of Plymouth Energy Commission members to be appointed for various terms. Should we approve the entire slate or vote one at a time?
Nope. Entire slate.
The entire slate. Paul Phillips as a member for 3 years with a term expiring in March 2013. Madeline McElhaney as a member for 3 years, her term expiring in March 2013. Steve Whitman as a member for 2 years with a term expiring in March of 2012. Eric DeLeo, member, 2 years, expiration March 2012. Steve Call as a member with a 1-year term expiring in March of 2011. Larry Mochley as an alternate for 2 years, term expiring in March of 2012. Patrice Scott as an alternate with a 1-year term expiring in March of 2011. And Dave Lorman as an alternate with a 1-year term expiring in March of 2011.
I make a motion that we approve the slate of Energy Commission members as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Butch, seconded by Charlie, that slate of Energy Commission members be approved. Any discussion?
This is, how many Energy Commissions are there in the state of New Hampshire?
It's less than a handful. How much less than that, I'm not sure, but it's very few. Significant number of energy committees, but to this point, not a lot of commissions yet. My understanding is Plymouth was the first.
Since the commission has to be voted by the legislative body at town meeting, if nobody else did that last March, then we may be the only.
I think you might be the only.
All right. anything else? Okay, again, that has been moved by Butch, seconded by Charlie, that we approve that slate. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The Energy Commission slate is approved. Okay, under Chairman's comments, I've got a couple of items. One, just a reminder to the citizens of Plymouth about voting etiquette. On Tuesday, we've got a very important election coming up, and people often exercise their option to write in a vote on the ballot. And just ask you all to please be careful with those write-ins. One, if you are writing in the name of an individual and it's a serious person that you want to vote for, please be sure that you have their name correct and complete and spelled right. And second, we ask that you not write in fictional character names instead of real people. And the one other item that I would just like to address, we did talk a little bit at the last meeting about the Community Relations Task Force that is being put together by Plymouth State University and involving the town. Just a little bit more detail that I've received from the university about the purpose of the task force. It is, first, to increase the level of communication and interaction among all impacted populations. Second, to develop and implement initiatives to promote responsible behavior in residential settings and to address unacceptable behavior. Third, to provide a year-round focus on planning university and community strategies to address behavior issues instead of reacting when the issues rise to an unacceptable level. Fourth, to research and study how other towns with universities and cities with universities are addressing the same issues and what their levels of success have been. We are going to have this task force up and running here very shortly. And also wanted to let you know that this is not going to be operating just as a sounding board. It is going to be an action agency that will be able to accomplish something for the town and the university. The CCC, the Campus Community Council, will continue to function, and that will be sort of the conduit of information for people who do experience problems in the neighborhoods, to get information that can then be brought to the task force, or to bring forward information that can then be brought to the task force for action. So stay tuned for further developments on the task force. Moving on, we have no approved purchase orders, no new purchase orders. Committee reports. Charlie?
I have no report, except I'd like to remind everyone that the Rotary's penny sale is coming up on the 6th of November, which is a big fundraiser for the organization, most of the money of which goes into scholarships for local high school kids. There's signs up all over town, everybody's getting cranked up, and it should be a pretty good event. I think they probably raise a full 50% or more of their funding for scholarships at this one event. Other than that, I have nothing.
Public Safety Complex, we're down, we've got a couple sites, we're down at just a couple sites now, and actually this Wednesday we'll be having a couple of contractors will be taking a look at those sites and coming up with some development ideas and stuff for those sites, so it's getting down to the final stages before we start to do some public hearings and things like that for the public, so it's getting there.
First, on the Energy Commission, their monthly meeting is this upcoming Wednesday. I bring it to your attention because it is something that is open to the public, and while we've not had guests to this point, we certainly would welcome those. I want to point out that the new website went live yesterday for the Plymouth Chamber of Commerce. I encourage you to take a look at that. And lastly, to bring you up to speed on the work that's going on with the Grafton County Economic Development Council on 149 Main Street, that has continued to move forward, and all the approvals are in place. And the council looks to close with Department of Transportation in December to actually take over ownership of that facility. Work continues with a number of groups, including the university, on both the fit-up and very potentially, it looks like there's actually going to be an expansion of that facility to create a second floor. The intention is to look for occupancy sometime during the second half of next year.
Any new business? No other business, unfinished business? Paul?
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to make a request that if there's anybody out there that knows of any vet that would like to speak on Veterans Day, that they contact the town hall staff, especially if we know of somebody that's returned from Afghanistan or Iraq. We had a gentleman speak at a Memorial Day ceremony. And it is open to anybody that would like to speak that day, and feel free to contact us, and we'll give them an opportunity to speak.
Thank you. Public comments. Do any members of the public wish to speak? Homer, please.
Do I speak from here, or?
We can't hear you too well.
Well, you want me to use this? Your honors?
Yeah.
Good evening. My name is Omer Ahern Jr. I'm running for County Commissioner of District 3 in the elections on November 2nd. I just want to introduce myself to the commission, or to the Board of Selectmen, and I think most of you know who I am. I think all of you know who I am. And just want to introduce myself and let you know that one of the things that I will do is be, without being a nuisance, is attend on a regular schedule meetings with different select boards throughout the District 3 area. I have a lot of experience dealing with the county, with county homes. Grew up in a county home. My mom and dad, Omer and Rosa Ahern, originally from Plymouth, were the co-administrators of the Sullivan County Nursing Home down in Unity, New Hampshire for 28 years. I grew up there. I was also a county commissioner in Sullivan County for 2 terms, in 1989 through 1992. And I hope to offer myself to the voters of District 3 as a county commissioner, to bring my experience, not only as a former county commissioner and a former state legislator, but also as an attorney, that I can help deal with issues that are challenging county government today. Healthcare, that's going to be a big issue that's going to have to be dealt with the county because of the county nursing home, and the Medicaid issues that we're dealing with. The state of New Hampshire is shifting costs down to the counties, into the local communities, and we're going to have to deal with that. Long-term Medicaid costs, also the retirement system. The state is shifting costs down to local government. I'm sure you're aware of that. And also some new legislation with regard to negotiations with the employee organizations at the county level. I think my legal background would be very valuable to the county in dealing with some of these issues. Not giving legal advice, but being able to ask the critical questions, knowing what questions to ask. We have the new correctional facility that's being built at the county complex in North Haverhill. Whenever you're building a building of that size, there's a lot of issues that come up with the contractors and the clerk of the works, and want to make sure that money or issues that should have been dealt with in the original contract are not being slid in behind other issues. So I want to be, I'm a fiscal conservative. I want to make sure that the county government and the county complex is run as efficiently as possible. And also with my background in agriculture as a tree farmer and former executive director / administrator / executive secretary of the New Hampshire Farm Bureau Federation, I would bring a lot of knowledge to the Farm and Woodlands operation. I know I'm not here officially as a visitor, but I thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to entertain them. But again, I'm Omar Akron Jr. I'm running for County Commissioner, District 3, and I need your votes on November 2nd. Thank you very much.
All right. Now, request a motion to go into a non-public session in accordance with RSA 91-A:3, 2A.
So moved.
Moved by Butch, seconded by Charlie, that we go into a non-public session.
Aye.
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 Now, officially, non-public session. Get in line.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to get a motion. Yeah, it has to be a 45-minute discussion. I don't carry 45 minutes.
It didn't carry tonight. You can say we're here for the work session.